All right, we're rolling there. We are rolling on YouTube. What's happening? What's good? What's up, people? What's happening? Yeah, 88 days. 2 days ago was 90 days. I was going to talk about it then, but we're talking about it now. All right, so 88 days until 2022, yo. You know what that means? That means all those New Year's resolutions that you guys and girls were talking about have officially been expired for now almost 1 year. 88 days until then. But without wasting any of your guys and girls' time, we're going to talk about it. We're going to dive into it and sort of get your mind refreshed to the fact that New Year's resolutions do exist and that people don't listen to them. So why make them, right? So we're going to talk about it. We're going to get in. What's up? What's good? I see you, Jesse. What's happening? All right. So without wasting any of your guys and girls' time, which I kind of am doing right now, we're going to dive right into the meat and potatoes. And if you join and you got any questions, you already know what it is. Drop those questions, ask me those questions, or drop some comments along the way. I will never be opposed to that. All right. So without wasting any time, let's dive into it. Okay. So 88 days until January 1st. We know that. Okay. And this is like the third time I've repeated that. But what is that actually like? Who cares really? Like, unless you are actually serious about doing something with your physique, then, or your, I mean, we'll say goals in general. Although this is pretty much related to like, this whole page is related to like the way you change your body, the way that you elevate yourself, and the way that you sort of like, progress um, year by year. This could mean anything for anyone doing anything, right? Like any goal that you have set for yourself in the future. There's 88 days until you can make that promise to yourself to get back on track, and or if not, then just start a new page and do what you have to do in order to get that taken care of. All right. So let's talk about it. And don't hesitate. I mean, if you're watching the replay on this live stream, or if you're watching the replay on any other streaming platform that I'm on right now, just like silently like nod your head if I'm making sense to you, if you can resonate, or if you at least get value from what I'm talking about. All right. So I want you to ask yourself this question. And this is pretty much going to be like the theme of this live stream today. I want you to ask your guys, I want you guys and girls to ask yourselves questions that I'm going to ask you right now. So the first one I want to bring to you is, do you remember where you were last year? Or at least, do you remember, the level of progress that you were able to achieve last year? Right. So do you remember where you were last year when you said, I'm going to do XYZ. I'm going to gain a certain amount of body weight. I'm going to lose a certain amount of body weight. I'm going to get this promotion at work. I'm going to do something that is going to benefit my life in the future. Right? Do you remember where you were last year? And when you reflect on where you were last year, are you there now? Are you where you wanted to be last year? Are you where you wanted to be last year from basically what you said? I want to lose 3 pounds. I want to gain 5 pounds. I want to be promoted at whatever job it is. Like, are you there today? Right? Or did you ever pass that milestone throughout the year? Ask yourself that. Because what I find is like most people are comfortable with saying, well, this is what and guys and girls, I'm not perfect myself. Like, I'm definitely guilty of this. Last year, I was supposed to start a podcast and I'm getting in the works of starting that now. Right. So I'm not fucking perfect at all. Right. And this is not just related to fitness. This is not just related to, how you change your body. It's also pretty much how you change your mind over time and what you allow yourself to believe is possible, and the deadlines that you choose to respect or disrespect, right? So when I look at it, I'm like, well, physique wise, I'm in a better place than I was last year, which is one list checked off. But if I look at everything else, being 100% completely honest with you guys, no, I'm not. Right. But I'm always reminding myself constantly that there is somewhere that I want to go. There's a place that I haven't, there's like an area, maybe I've been like a bit negligent. There's an area that I need to take, responsibility for in my life. And I'm going to take responsibility now, and I'm going to measure, my progress, whether it's weight loss, weight gain, anything, any venture. Right. And before we continue to move forward, I'm actually going to, because I completely forgot to do this, pin the chat over here on Insta so we know what we're talking about on Insta. Jimmy, I see you. Bianca, what's good? Shante, Akash, what's up? Joel, what's up? I see you. Nathan, hey. So the first question I got you guys and girls to ask yourself, and that I actually asked myself and answered honestly, which I expect you guys and girls to do the same, is do you remember where you were last year? And if you do, which you probably should remember, how far along have you come since that memory, or since that, like, that moment you said you were going to do the thing that you said you were going to do? How far have you actually come? I want you to sit with that thought today. Okay. And another question I want to bring to you today is, do you remember what you said on January 1st, 2022? Like, I ask yourself that. Like, do you remember the goals that you set for yourself on the first of last year? The first day of last year. Do you remember those goals? Because, like myself, I personally remember them. And not that I haven't been putting my best effort forward, but one of those goals is to, become a professional bodybuilder, and actually to do so naturally. Right. So for myself, because I still was making my attempts. However, last year there was no show. Right. So there's no national competition for me as a natural bodybuilder to go and compete at. So I couldn't actually make that come true, but I still worked my ass off and still trained harder each and every single day. And I made sure that my efforts did not go unaccounted for, because I've built up so much momentum with my physique by being and remaining consistent and integral with my training, that when it got to the point of, or when, I guess that's now, it got to the point where now there is a national competition this year, and it's about 8 weeks away. And shout out, I mean, if you guys and girls didn't know already, just shameless plug, check out my YouTube. I've been vlogging a little bit of that, and more videos will be coming out soon. Also, I have a video dropping out on Wednesday, 12 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, showing you guys and girls a little bit about how I meal prep, what I do in my off season. Again, that's not pretty much what I eat during prep, but the system is sort of the same, the way that I prepare my meals. And I will actually be making another vlog to show you guys and girls what I eat during my prep. If not that, then during my peak week as a natural bodybuilder, to get shredded out of my socks and, build that pro physique so I can one day build or achieve that glorious status of having like a pro card, right? So that's one thing that I've been working at since 2020, and the show wasn't around for me to actually compete at that year, but I remained working, and it got me to where I am now. And when I look at my physique, I'm like, shit. I remember when COVID hit, and I was like, fuck, like I'm losing a little bit of gains here. Like for the first 2 to 3 months when I wasn't training at all, like we didn't know what was going on. We expected it to just be like 2 weeks and then everyone's in their homes. And then after that time period, we go back to the gyms and all that stuff. I remember that. I was like, they made a meme out of it now. I forgot what it's called. But now it's like, I'm looking back and I'm like, shit, I was complaining that I lost gains within the first 2 to 3 months. And now where I am now, like compared to last year, I'm like miles and miles and miles ahead with my physique. Right. And my mindset too. And it was crazy. Like it was absolutely crazy to just look at the pictures and compare them. Because like if I thought that to myself, I wouldn't have actually thought that. But to see the pictures, I was like, yeah, shit, I actually improved. And Danny asked, he said, what are those medals for? Most of them are for when I was a freestyle wrestler, but the ones at the top are, for natural bodybuilding, which I do compete in. So I do appreciate you asking that, Danny. Justin, I appreciate the follow on TikTok. So that's another question I wanted to bring to you guys and girls today. Do you actually remember what you said to yourself last year, and how far across are you? How far along have you gone when it comes to being able to, as achieve that goal, or just get closer to that goal, day by day, taking every single step? You know what I mean? And guys and girls on YouTube, I do apologize for the noise in the background. I'm going to sort that out later on when I can. But for those of you watching on all the other streams, it's not going to be an issue for you because this mic won't pick that up. But I want to tell you guys and girls, I just want to tell you guys all right, to really, really put your heart and mind into it when you think about what exactly is going on with your word of mouth. I mean, the tongue is powerful, right? And to say that you're going to do something is also powerful, but to do that thing is the most powerful, right? So understand that there has to be, and not there isn't always, but there has to be a correlation between you saying something and doing something. Otherwise, you lack the integrity to follow through with anything that you want to put your mind to. It's not the way you want to sort of represent your thoughts, your ideas, your deepest desires and dreams. Because if you start to do that once, twice, three times, continuously over and over again, you're never really going to take yourself seriously whenever you say, you know what, I want to lose X amount of pounds or gain X amount of weight. And you know what, I say it, but 3 months down the line, it's March now, you still haven't done a fucking thing. And then 3 months later, after that half of the year is done and you're still thinking about it, then you say, you know what, this year was difficult and it was impossible because of X, Y, and Z. And you say, you know, I'm going to try now. You don't try. And now 3 months to the year is done approximately now, like 88 days, 90 days, 3 months till the year's done. And now you're thinking, okay, you know what, I'm going to get a head start. When in reality, you really let yourself slip 9 months ago, right? So you got to end and you got to break that cycle, that continuous cycle of always like saying something and not doing it. And that's something that, like, and again, I raised my hand. I already told you guys and girls at the start of this, I said I was going to start a podcast in 2020, halfway through, I was like, yeah, I want to start a podcast, which I still do want to do. And I just never made the leap. I just decided, like, I'm doing my live streams and all of that, but I don't know, just whatever it was, I want to do it. And I said, I'm going to do it, but I didn't set a deadline in order to get the, things in motion and things in place. And see, now I actually set a deadline for myself recently, which is why, I mean, for those of my OG viewers that always, tune into my live streams and always tune into my, on Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, TikTok, all of that, that I didn't have this little setup before. I just invested in a little mic and a little bit of a setup here so that I can actually, increase the audio quality on my YouTube, as I promised my YouTube viewers, and use it to simultaneously podcast, which I am doing right now, if you guys didn't know. But this is more so of a test run because I haven't come up with a name yet. I haven't come up with, the cover photo, the intro and the outro, what I'm going to say, sort of. So I'm just testing it out. But this is part of the action of me practicing, speaking in front of a mic to you guys and girls, how clear I can sound. And then, later on, using this sort of rough draft to become better at this craft called podcasting, and then begin to actually launch a sixth platform that I'll be streaming on. And then I'll do Twitch right on top after that, right? So I'll be on 7 platforms streaming consistently. Right now, I'm only on 5. So I'm going to be adding Twitch and podcasts in the near future. And that's less of me saying it. And believe me, guys and girls, or don't believe me, it's up to you. It's something that I'm just going to do because I know what it feels like to say, I'm going to start now and like not start now. And then time flies by and then it's like, what the fuck? Like, why did I open my mouth in the first place? So it's really important to me that I, understand that word is bond and that I stick to my words and understand that, like, okay, if I make a resolution, whether it's a New Year's resolution, whether it's just a goal that I want to set at any point in time of the year, that I stay with my word, that I stick to it. If it's a goal within my business, and this is something that my mentor was even talking to me about, that I actually stick to it and do the things, the small things that I need to do each and every single day to get to that point, right? So it's like, it's less about talking, more about doing and just living through the motion. So it's no issue for me to understand that I've made a mistake and continue to push forward, just as it should be no issue for you guys and girls to understand that, yeah, maybe I've said something and not done it. And maybe I don't believe that, I'm going to do it, even though I say it, but just understanding that you can do the small steps each and every single day to get yourself to where you need to be. Just understanding that's all you'll need. You don't need to already like have this fucking humongous game plan that's going to get you there 100% guaranteed. You need to have the will to do that one small thing every single day, no matter what happens. right? Like me, honestly, I wasn't even going to test this out today. I was like, I'm already not making this a podcast, but I'm going to use this audio, see how it sounds, get the playback, and then from there move forward and just chop it up, do a little bit of editing practice, and like just get better. Because the one thing I can do right now is try the mic, test the mic, and then use whatever I can to, gather the knowledge that I need to gather in order to make something of this and become better at this podcasting thing, as opposed to just going out there wildly, not knowing what I'm doing. Right. So I'm taking the time to do small things each and every single day, just as you should, guys and girls. And I personally don't think that you should be afraid to try, something new. And I personally don't think that you should be afraid of, like when you really think about it, the fact that you've said something and you haven't done it before, because that can be discouraging. It's like, okay, I said I was going to do it last year. Shit, I said I was going to do that for 5 years in a row, but nothing happened. Right. So just understanding that that person isn't you anymore. Like you're not the same you're not that person anymore. Like you believe in yourself that you're not that person anymore, and do those small things each and every single day to prove that you're not that person anymore. And believe me when I tell you, you'll be shocked at where you'll be in another 365 days, 12 months, or even 88 days. All right, so that's it. That's all, guys and girls. That's all I wanted to really bring to you today on this Tuesday. Yesterday, Instagram and Facebook was down, so I could have definitely gone live on Facebook, on YouTube, and TikTok and all the other platforms, but I decided not to, and I just gave myself a bit of a break there. But again, we're going to be going back at it Monday to Friday, live streams. You know what's up, and then when it comes to the podcast, that's to be announced, but it's going to be happening very shortly. I've just got to find a creative name that I'm confident in, a nice cover photo, a nice intro, and a nice outro. And then we're going to do it sort of like how we have our live streams right now, where you would join, we would talk a little bit, and then I would do a little countdown, get into my live stream, get into my podcast, and then not talk to anybody until I'm done the podcast. And then when I cut off the recording for the podcast, I'll get right back into chatting with you guys and girls, and we can, chop it up as we usually do on the live streams here. All right. So you know what it is. All right. YouTube is still rolling. I'm going to chat for a little bit. We're at 46. I'll chat for like a good 4 to 5 minutes. Just read through some of the comments here on Instagram and TikTok. And then I'm going to be dipping out. All right. And I appreciate each and every single one of you guys and girls for tuning in. I really fucking do. Like, honestly, you don't have to give me your time of day, and you choose to. And I can tell you how grateful I am for that. And 172 likes on TikTok today. Fucking amazing. Let's talk about it. Bianca says, honestly, on New Year's Day last year and this year, I was a little bit cynical and, dare I say, realistic. She says, I was never really good with setting any kind of goals for myself because I didn't want to set up any expectation for myself that I couldn't live up to. And that's one thing. Right. So talking about what I said earlier, like because I couldn't live up to something like starting this podcast as soon as I wanted to start it, I didn't let that thought alone limit me from potentially getting to the point where I actually start a fucking podcast. Right. And I understand, and I know I can definitely resonate with that feeling. Like I know how painful, like you feel like it's almost not worth saying it. It's not worth chasing because you know intrinsically that you're not going to do it. And that's right there. Like, you're not going to do it. So the only way to change the only way to really change the fact that you're going to do something and you're not going to do something is when you make that commitment to do that one small thing each and every single day. Like that one small thing each and every single day. And it's less about I'm going to do this on like everything's going to be solved on this one day, and more of like I'm doing what I can each and every single day to get to that one goal. Right. And if you understand the compound effect, and that's a book that I love it's a short book from Darren Hardy. I read it a couple of years ago when I was a security guard. On my shift, I'll actually read that book. The compound effect is like looking at a snowball falling down an avalanche. And as it falls down, it picks up more and more and more snow and more momentum into this big, humongous, like, you know what I mean? Like it's a part of the avalanche now, right? So think of it like that. Each and every single day is one revolution, and that snowball is picking up snow every revolution, right? So it's not that you can see yourself in this big grandiose picture that's complete. It's more so that you can see and feel that you're doing that one small thing each and every single day, and you know that 1 + 1 = 2, and then you add another one which equals 3, and another one which equals 4, and so on and so forth, it will be inevitable for you to reach that point of success. That's how I want you to think about it, Bianca. She also says, "You know me, I've had a hard time taking myself seriously and try not to make things about me. Just like right now, I'm not trying to make this about, and it's not that it's about you or not about you, because a lot of people can relate to what you're going through, me included. Right. So it's not about that, and dude, like, bro, like Bianca, like, I love the fact that you always show out whenever you come to these live streams and you explain yourself, because there's so many hundreds, if not thousands, of people that actually don't have the courage to speak out, but definitely relate and are getting value from from you reaching out. So I appreciate and I admire your courage 100%. As Chanti says, I love the mic. I love the mic too. I'm getting used to it. The only thing I don't love is, like, I can hear everything, the whole entire household and the street. So I got to find a way to get better soundproofing done. Again, part of the process, doing that 1% each and every single day to make sure that I get that podcast rolling ASAP. I'm going to have that before the end of the year. Like, that's just what's going to happen. Bianca says, I mostly said that I would try to take things one day at a time. Since I know that I can't control everything, I tried to do what I could, but still, you have some work to do, and we all have some work to do, right? And there's no shame in that. There's no shame at all in that. All right. So kudos to you, Bianca. She's asked me, how's my day going? My day is going amazing. Had a pretty solid back and shoulders and traps day. So I'm kind of sore right now, but you know the game. About 8 weeks out from that natural national competition. So subscribe to my YouTube at Matt Butale, MattButale. Search that, subscribe there to catch up with me on the flip side of things on YouTube. You know what's good. Jaden, what's up? Zen Fit for Real, I see you. What's good? Now I'm going to read some of the comments over here on TikTok. Not a lot. And then the one comment on Facebook. And then we'll be rolling out for today. Let's see here. The real Justin. What's up, Justin? She says, thanks for the shout out, man. Hard to get these days. I'm trying to lose weight now. Oh, solid. Okay. So what's your struggle right now? What's your number one biggest struggle? Would it be like training or like nutrition, something along the lines of that? Danny, what's up? Stay blessed. I see you, man. Blue Yeti's a fire mic. Nice choice. Thanks, bro. He says you're 1,000% right. Yeah, I appreciate you. Honestly, I really do, Justin. You're like not being a sitting duck. Like, you're out here, really, really offering value to people that are tuning in here on TikTok. Just a guy on TikTok, LOL1 says hi. Hey, what's up, bro? Justin says, love that book, The Rich Dad and the Poor Dad. Oh yeah, that book is amazing too. I actually listened to the audiobook version of that. I didn't get the hard copy, which I should. A lot of people are gonna hate me for that, but the Darren Hardy Compound Effect is one of those books that I just fell in love with immediately, because it was right around the time actually I started competing. It was literally a year before I started competing, and I was like building up a physique to go to compete the next year. And I was into the Compound Effect book. I'm like, I want to compete, but I don't feel like I'm ready. And then it's like, do that one thing each and every single day, and it's going to compound, and your success will be inevitable. Lo and behold, a year later, I go and I compete at that show and I win. So I like that book. I love that book. Amazon sells folding sound proofing booths that you can use with your pop filter and mic. Nice. I didn't know that. Now I'm honestly, as we speak, going to add that to my list over here. So folding. I appreciate that, Justin. Sound panels, huh? Let's see. I need that, and I need respectful tenants here too. Like, there's two things. I appreciate that, Justin. So he says, my biggest struggle is definitely nutrition / meal prep. I started a new anxiety med, gained 35 pounds. And yes, meds do that. Not just anxiety, but cholesterol meds and all those things. You know what? I'm not going to be on this live stream for too long. Justin, shoot me a message. Shoot me a message on Instagram. Do you have my Instagram? If you do, shoot me a message over there. We're going to carry this conversation on, because I know this is going to get a little bit deeper. And I'm not going to I personally don't want to put your business out on all these platforms and, have everybody know what you're going through. So shoot me a message either on TikTok or on Instagram, and we're going to dive a little bit deeper into this and, see if I can actually help you out. Sounds good, bro? Let me know. All right. So, okay, that's it. That's all. I hope you're having an amazing day, Bianca, as well, and I hope you have an amazing one. You know what it is. Thank you for the 205 and counting likes on TikTok, guys and girls. We'll be back again tomorrow with another live stream. You know what it is. Holla at me on Instagram. Holla at me on Twitter, Facebook. You're already on TikTok, so you know what I'm talking about, and YouTube. All right. And if you need my links, go to my Instagram, hit my link tree. All my links are there. You can join me on LinkedIn if you got it too. All right. So Bianca also says it was kind of refreshing not to be on Instagram for most of the day. I personally was indifferent. You know, like Flex, he just jumped in. He's like, "Did you just shank it? Dude? No, I got my hoodie on and my cap on." He's like, this guy's killing me. I'm wearing all black today because I feel like it, man. I'm like actually cold as fuck. You know what it is when you're getting lean. Like, I don't know why, bro. I'm just cold. And you know, Canada right now is like not hot right now. It was pretty good last week. Now it's like, I don't know, bro. Like, I'm fucking cold, bro. And the heating's on. It's crazy. But she says, yeah, no. So it was refreshing to not be on it for like personally. I don't really like care because I'm on Instagram to post stuff most of the time. Like I'm never really there to just like sit there and like be on Instagram. Like I would make all my posts on one day and then post them out each and every single day, just to consistently give you guys and girls value that follow me. Like I'm never like always on it. Like I'll reply to my DMs of my friends if I see their story and stuff. Like, but other than that, I'm not really on it. I'd be wasting so much time. But when it did cut off whatever for yesterday, I was like, oh well, that's just one less click that I have to do because I'm still on TikTok, Facebook, YouTube, and Twitter. So I'm still everywhere on every other social platform. If Instagram and Facebook went down, it's like not a huge deal or a big difference. I'll say it's not a big difference. I'm active on other social media platforms, and we're at 466 likes for TikTok. I appreciate you guys and girls. All right, so that's it. That's all. I appreciate you guys and girls for showing up and showing out, asking me questions, and staying active. Bianca says, although I played more games, I was able to focus a little bit more. Yeah. Again, use that quality time. All right. So we're going to be back again tomorrow with another live stream. You already know this. All right. Thank you guys and girls so much for showing up. I appreciate you. We will be back again. You know what it is. Later, Instagram. We out. TikTok. So Justin, he says, later, man, good chat. All right, don't forget to shoot me a message either on Instagram or on TikTok, Justin, and we can talk a little bit more about what you're dealing with. And I hope you have a sick ass, kick ass fucking day. Thank you for showing up, Justin. We out, TikTok. Back again tomorrow. Boom. All right. Huey says, locked in a camp for work. All I can do is gym. I feel you, man. Get that work done. Later, Huey. We out on Facebook. And YouTube, finally, last but not least, Jesse, thanks for showing up. But we are out to cut back again tomorrow. Let's go.